What's going on, everybody? Shonen Express here, delivering to you my review of Tokyo Shinobi Squad Chapter 11, Showdown. So, just right out the gate, I'm going to be honest with you guys, this was not my favorite chapter. After last week, I was expecting a lot for this final confrontation scene. Obviously, you know from my past videos, I'm not the biggest fan of this arc in the manga, so I'm ready to get past this arc. However, I was expecting a lot for this fight, and I didn't feel like I got it this chapter. But anyway, starting at the beginning, the first thing I want to say is that the very first page, we see En and Taiga talking with each other. I love both En and Taiga, don't get me wrong, but that page was useless. I don't understand why it was there. They didn't add anything to the story. They were just like, hey, you know, the other people are fighting right now. That's it. If they show up later in this fight to help in some way, then maybe I will have to say that I was wrong about that. But as of right now, page 1 looks just useless. And that's a little frustrating that we wasted a whole page on just pretty much exposition that we didn't even need. So I was a little frustrated with that this week for sure. So I want to talk primarily about Hyosui and BA this chapter. So we'll start with Hyosui first. He seems like demented in this chapter. Now, he's always seemed kind of crazy for sure, we'll say. But this chapter especially made it feel like he was just specifically very upset, crazy. His powers were very interesting. I liked it. Very similar to other ice type powers in anime. But I didn't hate his power system. I thought it was cool, and I thought it looked unique from a lot of other ice type powers. But he as a character seems to just be a crazy person that has been given power. Also, his dialogue, and I'll put his little quote up here where he talks about this isn't a fight, this is a war between our two clans. The dialogue in this manga seems just so weird to me. Like things that you would never say to another human being. And maybe that's an English translation thing, but this is from Viz. I read the official release, as well as the manga stream release. So, I'm getting both, and it sounds weird in both. So, that seems to be a problem to me. But going on to then BA, we find out what his ninpo is, and it might not just be limited to this, but I'm pretty sure it will be. He can make his tongue grow. I was disappointed in that. BA was, to me, built up to be someone who could really fight, could really hold his own, and not that he can't fight because that's his only power, but it is a little disappointing. I didn't think his ninpo move was very cool. Again, I was like, of course, he's matched up against Papillon, who is the, fan service one, who uses her own clothing as a weapon, and we see her do that this chapter. Of course, the one with the freaky tongue would go up against the hot chick. It's manga, so here we are. But I was a little disappointed. I really wanted it to be a cooler, ability, but it just wasn't, and Bihei ended up being another, psychotic guy who has a weird big tongue. Another thing I want to comment about is the fight between Hyosui and Jin. A friend of mine told me a while ago that the fights look in Tokyo Shinobi Squad, the fights have a problem conveying movement. They look almost like static pictures of someone fighting, and I really felt that this chapter. I'll put the panels up here so you guys can see it for yourself, but these fights this week really, the fight this week rather, really felt kind of like static. It was hard to tell what movement was going on. At one point, Jin blocks Hyosui's punch with what looks like a pipe or something, but he didn't have a pipe in his hands a second ago. I don't know where that came from. I'll put that there because I was like, I read this chapter so many times going, he's got to have a pipe somewhere, or it's got to be somewhere around him. I can't find it. If you guys can find it, let me know in the comments. But it was frustrating to me. That's frustrating. Where you just where did it come from? But so the fight I was waiting for this fight. I was excited to see Jin really fight, get down to business against an opponent who could really push him. Now, we saw a little bit of that. I think the move where Jin got hit in the stomach with that icicle, that uppercut, that was a good hit. I felt that hit. And I think they're good at conveying pain. Like, Jin looks real beat up. I'll put the pictures up here too of that. But Jin looks real messed up. So I think they're good at conveying pain, but not so good at conveying the movement of a fight. And that really, I think, holds it back from being a really cool fight scene. But obviously, we see at the end here, I'll put it up here, but Jin has a final technique he's going to use. This is probably going to bring Hyosui down. I don't think this fight's going to last any longer. I don't think Hyosui has any other twist. I really do think Jin has him. And Jin's a really cool-looking character. His powers are really cool. So it's neat to see that. But again, I was very disappointed with the fight this week. Going forward in Tokyo Shinobi Squad, I think that we're going to get past this arc in the next chapter or two. I don't think we're going to spend more than 2 chapters with Maki and Mizutani. I think they're going to be gone, and I'm very thankful for that. I hope that we get a little bit more with Taiga, a little bit more with En. If there are any other members of the Narumi squad, I want to meet them and see them. And hopefully they have better arcs than this one. I didn't like this one. I like Papillon as a character. She was kind of majorly introduced in this arc. I enjoyed her, but I wish she would have been part of a better arc. But I think we're coming to an end, and hopefully I will start liking this a lot. Liking Tokyo Shinobi Squad, rather, a lot more moving forward than I have these past couple of weeks. But other than that, I have no idea where we're going. En has been memorizing something, and maybe that'll come back. But like I said, I don't think so. But we're going to be moving on, so I'm happy for that. That's all I got for you this time, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. I'd love to talk about Tokyo Shinobi Squad. If you disagree with me, if you think this was a great chapter or it was a great fight, please let me know down there. I'd love to talk about that. Also, if you liked anything I had to say, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I bring you manga reviews every single week, so I'd love to have you as one of my subscribers. But, like I said, that's all I got for you now. Make sure to watch my weekly ranking video, which will be coming out tomorrow. So I'm very excited for that. You will see where Tokyo Shinobi Squad landed. But make sure to catch that. Subscribe so you're notified of when that comes up. But for now, that's all I got. This is Shonen Express signing off.